Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, six-time world heavyweight champion, two-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me as well. They called him the GOAT, as well as we just gonna sell. I see we got everybody lining up in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys. Always, like Brad said, let us know where you're from, guys. Let us know where you're from. All over the world, we're looking to see where you're from. But appreciate it coming off of Legends Night, man. But before we get there, Bradley, how you doing, man? Because we had a rough day yesterday, man. I mean, stormed the Capitol.
Yeah,
people. A woman died yesterday in the Capitol. This world, bro. This world. I mean, it would be a dereliction of duty.
I agree.
If I didn't talk about this, because my thing is this, man. One man I saw on the ground, and he was getting milk poured in his eyes because he had got, pepper sprayed, obviously. And I looked on his finger, I look at his hand, and he has a wedding ring on. That's what I thought about. I'm like, man, this guy has a wife and perhaps kids at home, and he's putting himself in. And the thing is, a lot of those people's faces are going to be on television. They're going to have consequences to deal with right now after a stupid moment. And the reason I'm saying this, guys, is because I've been there. I've done that in the heat of the moment, peer pressure. And going along with the game, getting caught up in that whirlwind, and you can't get out until it stops. And now it stops with 4 people dead, a lot of people arrested, and now a lot of people, I'm sure, probably already had criminal records, but now have a chance to get locked up. Is it worth it? I don't think so. I just had to say something about that, but I just think we're better people than what we saw yesterday. I know we are. I know.
And I know we are too. And I know that we have a lot of young people who watch this show, a lot of teenagers, young 20s, maybe even younger than that. For the past 5.5 years, there's been a lot of political division in this country. And I'm not here to advocate for or against any political candidate, but I just want to make sure that everybody knows the actions that we saw yesterday, both from the people who stormed the Capitol and then the leadership in this country. The actions that we saw is not normal.
No,
it's not normal behavior. It's not typical, and it's not representative of this country. The people who did that are not American. They are representing un-American ideals. We have a peaceful transition of power. We are the beacon of hope and freedom and liberty around the world. And yesterday, we did not exhibit that. And we should all be ashamed and embarrassed as a nation. But we cannot allow anything like that to happen again. It is not the norm, and let's never proceed like it is.
More so than that, Brad, consequences and repercussions. That's the thing at the end of the day, man. And like I say, the guy that I saw with the wedding ring on, I go, wow. And I hope his wife is okay. I hope the kids are okay. Because if they lose him, that's the breadwinners, and it's a lot trickles down as far as that goes. So I just say, like I said, we're better people. Coming off Legends Night, man. Every time.
Before that, Book, we can't just bypass. This is the first show of 2021, 2021, new year.
Well, the thing is, man, you know what? It does feel like a new year too. I must say, it feels like a new year. It feels like there's light at the end of the tunnel. And I always say, man, all you got to do is just keep walking. It's like the book of Eli. You know what I'm saying, man? You just keep walking, man, and you'll get to that destination. But yeah, man, it feels good. It feels good.
What did you do for New Year's? Anything special?
Yeah, I did nothing, man. Actually, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. We just kicked it around the house. You just realize that, man, it's over. 2020 is over. And it went kind of like in a whimper too, you know what? We didn't even drink any Shambiggity, we stayed. I went to sleep at 10 o'clock. Well, I dozed. I always say I went to sleep. I dozed at 10 o'clock, and then I woke up at 55, 11:55, and then we brought the year in and whatnot. And it was cool. It was cool. My brother, he lived in the hood. He called me, go, man, the AK-47's going off.
In celebration.
There ain't no fireworks. Man, like just hunker down, man. Put your head down. But no, man, I'm just glad. I'm just glad it's over. 2021 is going to be a year, hopefully, greater later, like they say. I got a few bookings already lined up. Yeah. Actually, it seems like everything might be the vaccine.
Vaccine.
But
I'm
yeah,
applauding because I know that's money coming in, and I'm happy. I'm
oh,
happy
man,
for
I'm
you.
serious, man. I'm serious, man. But I'm happy. The phone is starting to ring again. People are, optimistic and say, man, look like we're about to, get rolling again. But I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to 2021.
What were you saying about the vaccine, though?
No, I mean, man, I'm putting myself on the list. I'm putting myself on
Yeah.
the list. A lot of people saying, a lot of people ain't coming in to get their shots and whatnot. But I got to get on the list, man, because I got to get to the UK. You know what I'm saying? I got to get to Abu Dhabi. You know what I mean? It's a lot of places around the world right now, man, that's asking to see Booker T up close and in personal. So I'm like, man, I got to get to work, baby. And the way we all, man, gonna get back to work is we gotta we all got to get on the same page, and I ain't advocating the vaccine or anything like that, but Dr. Fauci, I'm gonna follow his lead.
I agree.
This guy's been in that position for many, many years, and the one thing Dr. Fauci is, he's old. All right, that means he's been around a long time. That means, if he trusted and he's still living, I'm going with his lead, opposed to not taking it and then something happening and I fall off. I'm gonna follow his, but I'm gonna stay in the gym. I'm gonna stay in the gym and keep training. I'm gonna keep training. I'm gonna keep pumping the iron on a regular, because that's what it's all about too, guys. You can't expect just to automatically wake up one day and you looking gut. It don't have, you got to get in the gym, dog. You got to start training. You got to hit the iron, man. Because if you don't stay on the iron, man, it will, trust me, it will stay on you sooner or later. I'm just saying, Brad. I'm just saying.
You look, Lulu. I feel you, Booker T.
You have your 5-pound weight.
I got my little 5-pound weight. You know what I mean? I saw this thing.
Perfect push-ups.
I saw this thing. Let me tell you this, and I'm sure you'd be interested in this. I saw this thing called, I think it's called Fight Club or Fight something. I can't remember the name of it, but it's essentially like the Peloton. You know, like how Peloton has those virtual classes? This thing is like a virtual class for boxing. And they give you your own little boxing bag, your little punching bag, gloves, and it goes along. By the way, Jerry Bo Nose is in this building right now.
Gosh. What's going on, dog?
I know.
How you doing?
Yeah, Bo, I hope he's bringing in the new year good.
Formerly known as DJ Jerry Heller. We got to get the band back together, man. That's why we got to get this COVID thing solved, Jerry. I know you're a little young, but they passing out the vaccines. Make sure you try to get yourself on the list, man.
You know what?
Everybody out there, if you 25 and up, get on the list.
I quoted you the other day. Someone was like, "Are you going to take the vaccine?" I said, in the words of Booker T, I'm going to take every vaccine. Give me the Pfizer, give me the Moderna, give me the Johnson & Johnson. I'm going to take them all. I just got to be safe. You know what I mean? And you and I already had this stuff, and I still want the vaccine.
Don't buy no bootleg vaccines, guys. Okay? There's a lot of people out there got these scams going on. There's going to be a lot of bootleg vaccines going on. If you ain't getting it, from the doctor, CVS or something like that, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm just saying, because people, man, they always try to make a dollar, man, at the expense of you and I. So
yes.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I want to get into something here in a moment, because not only did you didn't start the new year off with, as one of our fans said in the chat, a little bit of the bubbly. You didn't start the new year off with any bubbly. However, I don't know, it was January 2nd, maybe 2021. I'm on Twitter. I try to keep my ear to the street, Booker T. I try to know what's going on. You know what I mean? Yeah. I went under trends on Twitter, right? January 2nd. I went under trends, and I looked under it, and I saw a familiar name trending around the entire world. And it was under an unfamiliar category. Under Latin music, I saw a name that you're familiar with.
Yeah.
Now, the name is Booker T.
Yeah.
I saw Booker T trending under Latin music, so I click it. Something comes up, and it's a video for a song. And then, I know we got to go to break. I'm going to leave it at that, but I feel like we got to get into it.
We got to take a break. Guys, stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Shoop! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. We back, and we talking about that new song, man. We talking about that new song, a new video that just came out. The song came out actually a couple of months ago, and then now the video just dropped. And my thing is this, man. Benito, Bad Bunny, definitely, like I say, kept the OG relevant, and that's what I always say about the game, man. You may not be the guy that's on top all the time, and that's just something that it's inevitable that somebody else is going to take that spot. Guys getting younger and younger, and then I got a guy like Benito who come in and just definitely has taken over the game as far as the rap game goes, especially in the Latin world. So hey, I'm in the business, we got something called giving you the rub. I'm gonna give you the rub. Benito say, let me give Booker T the rub. Somebody that I looked up to when I was coming up, because Booker T went out, man. He whooped ass, man. He didn't play no games, man. Strictly business, no playing, no jiving, just business. So two kings getting together. It was like I say, a tag team that can't lose. But they're definitely. I didn't even know that you could trend on YouTube. I didn't know that. But now it's on, man. It's on like a steaming pot of neck bones. And it's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, because my thing is this, man. You shouldn't be trying to get ready. You better stay ready. And right. that's what I'm all about. So no matter what, when like I say, Publisher Clearinghouse, when they come knock, trust me, I'm opening that door, man. It's gonna be a check waiting on me. So I'm like that, man. I'm like that. It's always got to be Johnny on the spot. But I'm pretty happy about it.
How was it though, filming the video? I mean, what was the process like? Because it was a really cool setup. Like y'all are in a bunker. It seems like it's the end of the world or something.
We was actually in the back of the trailer of the semi. We was
rolling. Really? That's where that was.
We was on the highway rolling.
Oh, so the trailer that's in the beginning of the video, y'all are okay. That makes more
trailer,
sense.
Man.
I'm slow.
We're back in the trailer. Come on, man.
I'm slow.
But no, man, it was real cool, man. It was very, very professionally done. You could tell everything that went into it was I'm talking about top grade, A1. It wasn't about going out there and just putting something out and saying, hey, okay, there it is. It was meticulous. Everything was shot from several different angles. Benito, had a whole lot to do with as far as the making of the video and his vision and what he in picture, someone else looking at it and saying, that's cool. Which, man, that's what I really appreciate more than anything, because I'm gonna tell you right now, the camouflage That was all Bad Bunny. He wanted that. It wasn't my suggestion at all. And he wanted to wear camouflage too. So bang, it just happened to just work out that way. But to see a young guy that's got that kind of vision in his head, man, it just lets me know that he's on top of the game. I was like, man, you do this all the time. He's like, yeah, man, this is what I do, man. You can tell he loves what he's doing right now at this stage of the game. So I'm just there again, man. I was just happy to be a part. And the thing is, it wasn't that long of a process either. We went in and pretty much knocked it out relatively quick in comparison to how long something like that could last.
Yeah, normally videos you can be on the set all day, doing this stuff. But I thought it was great. Now, I got to be honest with you, Booker T. When I saw the video, one thing came to mind. You're looking real jacked, baby. Yeah. You look like you've been clanging and banging in the zone. Hey, did you do anything extra to get ready for that video?
No, dog. A couple of push-ups.
This isn't superimposed, is it?
No, man. That's just that's all me right there, dog. Hey, look here, bro. I'm always one call away from something happening. You know that. That's the way the rest of the business is. We were just talking about it. Not too long ago, as far as if the phone rang and somebody was saying, hey man, we got a check for this one match, and we'll make sure everything's right. Can you do it? I probably had put some thought to it, and then I'll say, man, what else we need around the house? Yeah, I can do it. You know what I mean? It'd be one of those type of deals, man. So I'm always trying to stay ready, man. I'm always trying to. What I always say, preparation is the only luck you're ever gonna have. So I'm always prepared, man. At least I tell you, man, I'm trying to stay prepared, man. I'm trying to stay, one step ahead. But it gets harder and harder every year, man. But I'm a ride or die, man. I'm a ride or die, and if I'm ready when that call comes, trust me, I'm going to pick that check up, leaving no money on the table.
Were you were you pleased with how the video turned out, though? I mean, it's one thing to shoot it, but when you shoot it, you're not exactly 100% sure how it might look.
Man. See, my thing is, me, man. I'm a producer. I'm a director myself.
Yeah.
And me personally, what do I always say? The wrestling business is, if you can recall it in 5 seconds.
It's movies.
No, the other one. The art of doing
nothing.
Bang. So for me to sit there and do nothing and get a check, first and foremost, but make it interesting at the same time. That's what this thing is, man. That's what art is. And so for me, if I had Booker T in my video and I could, get that out, if I would, I wish I would have thought of it. Okay. Let's just say it like that. I wish I would have thought of, how should we produce this video? I tell you, that just lets me know that the kid is thinking so far and beyond just the lyrics. It's just like I talk about a wrestling match all the time. Then you got to know how to tell a story, man. You got to know how to, engage the crowd. You got to know how to make them feel a certain way. You got to know how to make every element of that match from the beginning to the end mean something, just like a song, man. A song open up a certain way and it closes a certain way. They don't open up with the high notes. I'm just saying.
They gotta work to that point. Okay.
James Brown didn't scream in the beginning. I wouldn't say scream. He yelled towards the end. All that came. Exactly. The hood, all that came in the beginning, but all the yelling came in the end. Come on, man. You got to know how to roll with it, man. But no, man, I loved it, man. I loved that. And the thing is, like I said, I had been waiting and wondering, for so long. I was like, man, I wonder if somebody's going to write a song about me one day. You know what I mean? And then when they write a song about me, it's a big hit.
But you know what the irony of it is? When they write the song about you, it's all in Spanish, and we're not 100% sure what they're talking about.
Hey, man, I actually translated it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
My daughter did.
Was that a smart decision?
No. My daughter's 10 years old, and she translated the song for me because she's taking Spanish right now. It's nuts, man. So they got to learn. They got to learn.
They got to learn somewhere or another.
You know what I mean? Somehow, some way, they got to learn. You know, like Bernie Mac was saying. I'm sick.
And then, what did you think of the internet's reaction to it? Have you gotten a lot of love? Because I got to say, the part where you start breaking down and dancing at the end, that was the part that's been viewed, I think, more than anything from that video. That's been circulating everywhere. It's even a GIF. It's a meme. It's everything.
Hey, man. No, man. It's cool, man. You know, that part right there, the breaking down part was cool. But the love, though, man, this is what I always say. It's like when I came back, you know, to the Royal Rumble. Back in the day, and you know, I came out the curtain, and the fans was like, it's crazy, you know, it's like Booker T's back, you know, and I was like, man, it's always the same, man. When fans give you the love, you say, man, that's really, really cool. I really appreciate that, because there again, man, I remember, you know, I remember somebody asking me, you know, many times. They say, man, you know, they see me, you know, say for instance, in the grocery store, and I'm signing an autograph, and somebody else might come up and want an autograph. Somebody else might want to come up and take a photo. But it's this one guy over here that's just looking, you know, they just wondering. And then after everybody walk away, they go, hey man, don't you get tired of that? And I look at that guy and go, when that stop happening, that's when I got a problem. You know, so, you know, yeah. So I'm always in the day, man, and always in the, you know, making sure I realize and recognize, you know, what made me, you know, this thing didn't happen, like I say, by osmosis or anything like that. I had a lot of people, you know, pulling for me, and you know, fans, man, did it all.
Fans did it all. Well, Book, you mentioned a grocery store, and I think that's probably a good time to bring this up. This is the first show of 2021, and we got a major guest stepping inside the Hall of Fame, Booker T.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, a good friend of mine, Stone Cold Steve Austin, going to be stepping inside the Hall of Fame. First Hall of Fame of the year, and we couldn't have a better guest than Stone Cold Steve Austin, the guy that goes back with myself on quite some time, a guy that started in world-class championship wrestling back in the day, actually on the Global Wrestling Federation, and then moving over to WCW and then to WWE. It seems like I've been following this guy around his whole career, because, you know, he got the Global before me, got the WCW before me, got to WWE before me. Did he get to the Hall of Fame before me?
I think so.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, guys, will be stepping inside the Hall of Fame, guys. So make sure at the end, man, stick around, because you're gonna have some fun. You're gonna laugh, hear some stories that you can only hear come from Stone Cold Steve Austin, because he makes it sound like we're still there doing it today. So stick around, guys. We'll be back in a momento.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer, and this is for all up-and-coming professional wrestlers, male and female. You want to know the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts. You got a question, I got the answer. If you want to know how, join my masterclass. Go to realityandwrestling.com for all the information, starting on Thursday and every Thursday after that, guys. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out. And I know you can dig that.
The Academy.
Shoop! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. Yeah, man. Everything's good, man. Everything's alright, man. In my life. I'm working on the accent, because the role just came in for Jamaican. So I'm working on trying to make sure everything's alright, man. Alright. But what were we, man?
Well, yeah. I wanted to talk about Legends Night, because because even though everything's high,
Before we get off into anything, I'm not gonna whoop Hulk Hogan's ass. Okay? All right? If anybody think that, let's get off of it. The memes going around, whatnot. Everybody got me looking at Hogan like I want to do something to him. But look, man, ain't no beef. That's just the people, man. They're just the people. Always trying to stir the pot, man. Always trying to find something they can get into. But ain't nothing happening.
well,
all right?
well, explain though the context of this photograph right here.
That's
Like,
an
what's
old
going
photo.
on here?
Old photo, and I'm sitting there wondering. I'm like, man, look at this. Isn't this beautiful? That's the look on my face right there. It looks beautiful. That's what I'm saying. You know, I mean, at least that's what I think I was saying.
That doesn't look like everything's Irie in this photo.
Oh man, you know, it's almost when you almost get a tear in your eye, your mouth move up. When a tear come down, mouth move. You ever heard that? You know.
What it looks like you're thinking to me, and I know you're saying you're not, is this MFer here. That's the face you're making.
Oh man, anyway, that wasn't what it was. Legends night, man. Legends night. It was a night, man. I didn't have a whole lot to do Legends night, man. I thought I was gonna be doing a whole lot more, but things changed a lot on the fly. And the thing is, man, when you look at a lot of the legends, man, you know, and you put me next to him, you say, Book, you still look too young to be a part of this group. We might want to put you over here or something like that. So it's hard for me to, it's like when I went to the Hall of Fame, I say, man, I'm way too young to go into the Hall. I mean, it seemed like you should be kind of, on the other side, before you make that walk. But I still had the juice. I still had the pipes to go out and do it like it's supposed to be done. Make them boys bow down and pay my son. So being up there with the legends, man, I almost felt out of place a little bit. And definitely felt out of place when Goldberg said I was washed up. I wanted to whoop his ass.
We got to get to Goldberg in a minute, but as far as the Legends Night itself, I mean, I know it's always cool to see some of the guys. I think you almost had a mini Legends reunion with the Undertaker's final farewell, but this one, I mean, did you talk to any of the guys? Did you and Flair have another fun night in the hotel? Did you holler at Hogan? I mean, what were the guys you were hanging out with?
Nah, man, we didn't. It wasn't like that this time, man. I mean, it was only at the building where we congregated, got together, hung out a little bit, got a chance to do the hugging and got that stuff out of the way. The one guys I hung out with was Mark Henry and Marty Wright, the boogeyman. We were at the hotel. We literally were up past midnight, just in the bar, just talking. And Mark Henry's son, Jacob, was there, and he was doing all the running around for Mark, because Mark had a boot on his foot. He had a procedure done, and Mark Henry's son is 15 years old, and he's 260 pounds.
Wait a minute, he's how old?
15.
And he's 260 pounds.
He's 260 pounds.
Woo!
He's about 6'4".
It's a big kid.
260 pounds already. And maybe 6'3", 260 pounds. And
crazy.
He wears a size 14 shoe. And he's so smart, man. He's so smart. And to have just seen how that kid have grown up, it was amazing. But nah, man, the Legends night was something. Randy Orton got a chance to put a thumbprint on pretty much all the legends, calling the guys out. See, that's what I wanted a piece of that action right there, because me and Randy, we go way back. And the thing is, Randy sat under the learning tree. So I think I could still perhaps teach this kid a little bit of something, and my thing is I didn't get a chance to run across him. So I was a little disappointed at that right there. Other than that, it was a great night. Got a chance to, to Tonka, You know what I mean? Teddy Long, got a chance to Ron Simmons, got a chance to hang out with the legends, man. And then, it was cool. It was real cool. Melina and I, we actually had a nice chat, man. I really like seeing Melina these days, because back in the day, man, of course, it's all kind of stories about Melina being literally like a wildcat. Definitely one that you just could not hold down. Definitely just had her own thing going. Then we had a talk about how things were then, and how things appeared to be then. And that's what
Oh, wow.
about people. You really just don't know, because I look at Drew McIntyre when he first came into the WWE, and you go back and look at photos when Drew first came in, and his face, it doesn't even look like the same person.
No.
You look like a totally different person. And sometimes, you got to mature as far as the careers go and whatnot. And sometimes you get a second chance, and sometimes you don't. And that's the business, you know what I mean? So it's just cool being able to, Mickey James, got a chance to kick it with Mickey because some poll went out last week. WWE Fox poll went out, and she got an F or a grade on something. And I said, if Mickey J gets an F grade on anything, that poll and the pollsters should be, ripped from their positions and never have a responsibility like that ever again. Because, like I say, for Mickey James' career to have lasted this long, that hasn't been by accident or anything like that. Women's career don't last as long as Mickey James' career.
Absolutely not.
In this business, Mickey James has come, left, and come back again, and can go again if she wants to. That's what Mickey James has brought to this business. And when I saw it, I got really, really hot about it. And I talked to Mickey about it. I said, Mickey, you got an F. And she's like, she's like a little hot about it, but she didn't want to show it. But I had to show it for her, because I said, Mickey, for someone to give you an F at anything, they obviously don't know what they're looking at. It's just that simple. It really is.
Mickey James is one of the GOATs. When you talk about women's wrestling, she's one of the GOATs.
She's a legend.
Absolutely. Melina too. I would love to see Melina back. You know what I mean? Bring Melina back. She didn't have to work like full time, but let her get a couple matches in.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got, I'm not just trying to, give nobody a bone or anything like that. You got to prove yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to see if Melina can still go.
Well, she worked last year in the NWA. She was working in the NWA.
Man, the NWA and the WWE, that's two totally different things.
I agree.
We ain't talking about no independent organization. All right, well, you over here, picking up kibbles and bits. All right, we talking about working in front of the big time, baby. So we got to wonder. You know what? I think I did see Melina come back. She did the split, right? She did the split and rolled. I did see that. Yeah. I think
she did. Yeah. So Melina, Tori Wilson was there. Mickey James, by the way, they all still look sensational to me. Man, so big shout out to them.
I must say, Tori Wilson has kept herself together very, very well, man. I mean, I don't know. She must got a leg workout, that Arnold used to use or something, man. I'm serious, man, because she's still jacked. She's still, just bubbly. And, I always thought that Tori was definitely one of a kind and a step above so many that has come along in this game, man. That's why, big props, to see her back for that one night.
By the way, according to the chat, I'm going to shout him out right here, Matt Bourne Games. You're talking about that Fox Sports poll. It was conducted by Ryan Satin. Ryan Satin did the poll on Fox Sports.
He need the hell beat out of him. And if I see him, and I'm going to tell him, and the thing is, I've worked with Ryan Satin.
Yeah.
WWE backstage. And I don't know if he's just trying to get clicks or what, but, when somebody do a poll like that, it makes me think that they don't know, maybe they're, let me see how to put this. Maybe they're uninformed or just don't know what the hell they're talking about. One of the two.
Either way, it's not a good candidacy to conduct a poll. I'd like to know the science behind it, though. Let's not throw Satin under the bus. Maybe he has some good science. I don't know. Maybe there's some
science you can come up with to put an F. I think it had something to do with what she had done for the year.
Okay.
and what you do for the year has nothing to do with you sometimes.
It's true.
Okay.
Ooh, good point.
Okay. So that's just, that's why I say uninformed or don't know what you're talking about. And I ain't going to pull back from that right there. When I see Ryan, I'll let him know, and I'll give him a little info as far as, what the hell not to talk about. Guys, you're in the Hall of Fame. Stick around. You'll be back in the.
Don't get hell wanted.
We back, y'all. We back. Hey, man, trying to start no trouble in nothing, man. But got to take care of my people, man. My people. Mickey James is one of them, definitely. And I just realized the other day she just started following me.
On Twitter or what?
Yeah, on Twitter. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, shout out to Mickey. Better late than never. Welcome to the party. Booker T, though. I wanted to ask you one other thing. We were talking about Tori Wilson, and Tori was involved in a segment with Angel Garza. And in the segment, she said, hey, Angel, because he was trying to hit on Tori or what have you. And she was like, hey, over in that room over there, I invited, Kylie Jenner and Cardi B. They're right over there in that room, right? So Angel's like, oh, okay, cool. So he goes in the room to find Cardi B. He's like, Cardi B, Cardi B, Cardi B. And then, of course, it's the boogeyman, right? Boogeyman comes up eating the worms. I'm coming to get you. Scares the hell out of Angel Garza, which runs him into R-Truth. He pins him for the 24/7 title. But I say all that to say, fans started tweeting it to Cardi B, who then got very active on Twitter in regards to her WWE fandom. Once again, shouting you out as one of her favorites of all time.
Yeah.
Although she called you Booker T, which I liked.
It's all good.
It's all good. Same thing. So we know who she's talking about. Buka.
Yeah.
Buka T.
Where you pronounce that? Yeah.
Yeah. And then she even was giving love to Sasha Banks. She's saying she loves Sasha Banks a lot. And then she says she's still waiting on her WWE debut. Do you think that that's ever like a possibility of Cardi B in the WWE? In any form or fashion? I mean, Flo Rida got a WrestleMania moment.
Nah, man. Something like that, you try to make it happen. You try to figure out how you can, get with her people, people get with your people, and, try to figure out how you can make it happen. Just the crossover appeal is great, but that's what wrestling is. Wrestling is not MMA, it's not boxing, it's professional wrestling. And professional wrestling has always been some, outside entities, would come in and, create a buzz, and we move on. That's just the way it's always been. I think that's why the spinneroonie worked, in professional wrestling. I think that's why the people's elbow works. So I those type of things are always going to be a part. Just say for instance, Lawrence Taylor. Back in the day, stepping into the ring. It's always going to be those.
Hell, Jay Leno.
I mean, Snoop Dogg would just, jumping off the top rope.
The Snoopy splash.
Yeah, so definitely, man, you figure out a way to make something like that happen with Cardi because she loves it, obviously. And it would be different if it was somebody who didn't, respect the game and love the game, just like back in the day with me doing something with LL Cool J,
Right.
People thought that I was finna bum rush this fool, you know what I mean? and do something to it. And, but no, it was a moment. It was a moment that lives now in the history and the annals of time. You know, Booker T doing something with LL Cool J. You know, so it would be a great rub, you know, for someone, you know, like Sasha Banks or Lacey Evans, whoever it may be.
I mean, Cardi B would join the list of people like Maria Menounos, right? Snooki.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian had a WrestleMania moment once upon a time.
Snooki did a good job too.
Snooki was good. Snooki was good.
Really good job. Yeah.
Snooki was actually really good.
Man, you find a way, even in reality of wrestling, a little small company we have here down in Houston, Texas, we work hard for our artists, man. We try to incorporate that same stuff, here and there, you know what I mean? Like bringing guys in, doing a little bit of something, man, just for the entertainment purposes only. And if it's a way, we could do it and get away with it, let's get Cardi B on the roster and let's do it quick.
But sometimes you also got to be careful who you bring in, right? Because I remember when LeVar Ball came over.
Yeah.
Had his Raw moment.
That wasn't a good night. That wasn't a good night.
That wasn't a good one.
Sometimes, you got to know. The thing is, you got to know how to pick them. You got to know how to pick them.
Yeah.
LeVar Ball, I can see that coming a mile away. This is a guy you do not want to give a microphone to.
Yes,
he's just going to screw it up. He's going to screw it up. He's going to screw it up every time.
I'm trying to think. What was my man's name who did really good too? Stephen Amell.
Yeah, Stephen Amell did good. Yeah.
Stephen Amell did a good job. So it can be done.
Kevin Federline.
K-Fed.
Yeah.
He came in. I don't remember if he was good or not, but I remember he came in. He could cut a promo.
He was with me.
He was with you? K-Fed was with you? Why do I not remember this? Wait. Tell a story. You and Kevin Federline, what happened?
Oh, man, he was, like my tag team partner. He helped me beat John Cena or somebody like that.
Wait a minute. Yeah. What? How do I not remember you were involved in the K-Fed stuff? And this is was he married to Brittany at the time?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I've been a part of so many moments.
How was he to work with?
I don't remember him. I didn't talk to him. No, I mean, we had small talk. He came in, he did what he was supposed to do, and that was pretty much it. He didn't hang around or anything like that, but he was cool. He was cool.
Kevin Federline.
Yeah. I've been a part of everything, man. It's crazy, man. It's stupid, right?
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Legends Night, show went off the air. Great main event between Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre, WWE Championship. You were watching on the stage along with all the other legends. And first off, what did you think of the match?
It was good. It was all right. It was pretty good. It was all right.
It was all right. Okay, now what did you think of what happened after the match? After the match is over, Drew's standing there victorious, and then you hear the familiar music from the WCW days. The man who went 176-0, Bill Goldberg, comes out. Last time we saw Goldberg was at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Right? Where he lost the Universal Championship to Braun Strowman. And he came out, he cut a promo on Drew McIntyre and shoved him to the ground and challenged him, though. Before that, he challenged him to a WWE Championship match at the Royal Rumble. What do you think, Book?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I'll say this. If I can go first.
You talk on this one first.
If I can go first.
Yeah.
I will say this because I did tweet it out. When I watch AEW and I see Sting come out, I watch WWE, I see Goldberg come out. Those are the guys back in the day. Those are two of the biggest stars in WCW, along with yourself and DDP. That's the Mount Rushmore right there. Yeah. And when I see those guys, I get hyped. Sting still looks awesome, right? The face paint still looks awesome. Goldberg, the music, it puts me back in that vibe. So I tweeted, I said, I'm always a little hyped when I see Bill Goldberg, right?
Yeah.
Now, personally, I don't have a lot of interest in him being or working for the top title. I think when he came back at SummerSlam and worked Dolph Ziggler, perfect spot to use Goldberg, right? That was the perfect way to use Bill Goldberg. When he had his little run with Brock Lesnar, I was really entertained by that. I don't necessarily as a fan, want to see him be the WWE champion or work for the WWE title. However, if he can go out there and Drew McIntyre can conquer Bill Goldberg and be one of the few men that you can count on two hands to have pinned Bill Goldberg in the center of the ring, I think that it doesn't hurt Drew's legacy at all.
Oh no, I don't.
It doesn't hurt his legacy at all. Do I want to see it? Not especially. Do I want to see Goldberg? Do I think there's a spot for him? He's still athletically, he looks great. I mean, physically, he looks great. You can put him in there with somebody like a Dolph Ziggler, have a story like that. I don't know if I want him in the main event, but again, also, we have to remember this. It's not like it's his idea. It's not like he said, I'm going to call Vince and say, I want a shot at the title with Drew McIntyre. I'm sure they called him and said, hey, Bill, what do you think about working the Rumble with Drew McIntyre for the title? He said the same thing you would probably say, Booker T. Sounds good.
Hey, man, yeah. I mean, I don't blame him for coming back and taking the money.
I don't either.
And like that, and, getting the shot. I think it's a moment here for Drew McIntyre, actually, like you say, to, get a win, with someone like Bill Goldberg. But my thing is, I don't know. I thought the setup could have been a whole lot better. As far as, Drew McIntyre say, I'm going to beat you like you my dad. And I'm like, why would you beat your dad up?
Yeah.
Why would anybody want to think about beating up their dad? You know what I mean? And Goldberg, like I say, came out and I don't know who he was talking about it, but it didn't seem like he was talking about Drew McIntyre. It seemed like he was talking about, somebody else.
Randy Orton, maybe.
Maybe Randy Orton, maybe he got confused. Maybe he'd been watching, the show, a couple of months behind. I don't know what it was. But it kind of confused me. I just thought it could have been set up a whole lot better. As far as Goldberg, coming back and having this run, we're gonna see. All right.
Well, look, he's under contract. He said for 2 matches a year.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna see exactly what kind of shape he's in. If he can go out there and go, because Drew McIntyre is not going to be a guy that's going to be waiting or anything like that. He's going to have to be able to keep up with Drew McIntyre. It's going to be a test for Goldberg. What Goldberg? How old now? What?
53, 54, somewhere in there. I'll look it up.
And I'm going to tell you right now, 5 minutes when you 54 years old, just walking up the stairs at 54. Something
He's
might
54.
Something might just pop.
Didn't you say you got well, maybe I made this up. Didn't you say you got like winded just going to the ring for your last match? You were like, I was blown up.
I got in the ring and bounced around. I'm like, yeah, let me get a little warmed up. After about 15 seconds of doing that, I was looking for the ropes to hold on to because I was getting dizzy. Guys, stick around. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. Yeah, man. Breaking news. BKFC, February 5th. Knuckle Mania pay-per-view. Super Bowl weekend. Paige VanZant versus Britton Hart. Paige making her debut in bare knuckle. What do you think about that? I didn't think it was going to happen. I just did not think this was going to happen. Paige VanZant, pretty good looking girl.
Yeah.
Instagram photos, boom, over the top, baby. I'm talking about more money, and now she want to go get beat up. What is it, man? What is it? What do you think about this, first and foremost?
Well, I wasn't a big fan of the decision. Now, obviously, she's a combat athlete, so throwing hands isn't something that's foreign to her. I'm not big on the bare knuckle stuff at all, really. It doesn't do anything for me. It's actually the one form of combat sport that I go, oh, I don't know about this one, right? And she can go in there and get hurt real, real easy. Now, I don't know anything about her opponent, Britain Hart. I don't know if you know anything about her book, but I'm sure if they're a promoter and they want to be a successful promotion, I'm sure they're putting her in a situation that should be a winning situation for her. That's if they're smart, and I'm assuming that they are, because they're in business, right? So if they're putting her in a winning situation, hopefully neither lady gets hurt too bad. I'm not, honestly, we were just talking about, do I have interest in Goldberg working for the world title? I said, not really. I think there's a spot for him, but not the world title. I don't have any interest in seeing Paige VanZant in bare knuckle fighting championship. I have zero interest in it. It doesn't interest me at all.
I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna find it somewhere.
That's good. I'm glad you will.
Come on, man, you got to see it. This is entertainment. And Paige VanZant, one thing about it, she's entertaining. People want to see her, especially in a debut fight. I mean, we may not want to see her no more after this because anything could happen. It might be this one fight and it could be done with, but we want to see this first fight just to see how it go. If she does well, I mean, I want to see that. Chris Lieben, he's going to be on the card as well. We know how many wars this guy's been in. We're going to see Chris Lieben go out there and see if he still got anything left in the tank as well. It's entertainment for me, man. I love the art of combat. So there again, guys, February 5th, BKFC Knuckle Mania pay-per-view Super Bowl weekend. Check it out. It should be good. You're talking about guys getting thrown in there, as far as debuts go to the Wolves. Michael Chandler going to be making his debut, UFC 257 against Dan Hooker. Now, come on. Do you think it's fair for a guy to be making his debut in an organization against a fighter like Dan Hooker?
Well, let me ask you, though. I don't disagree, but isn't this what the UFC does? I mean, take undefeated Ben Askren. His first fight was against Robbie Lawler, former welterweight champion of the world, right?
Wait. Didn't you just say something a second ago? Did you just say something a minute ago about Paige VanZant? What was it?
I had no interest in seeing her.
No, before that, you said if they
were smart.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't disagree, but I'm talking about what the UFC does.
How smart is it putting Michael Chandler against Dan Hooker in his debut in the UFC? How smart is that? That seemed like the dumbest thing one would ever want to do. I mean, we just saw Dan Hooker come off a major fight with Dustin Poirier, where that fight could have went either way, man. Those guys went out there and they went to war. Okay, we saw what Dan Hooker is all about. This guy's a beast. He's a beast. Okay, Michael Chandler. He's not the youngest guy on the roster. He's not the guy that's got the most left in the tank in the locker room by a long shot. But the guy has still got some quality to draw something to the organization as far as a few eyes. If we can get him a few wins under his belt, Dan Hooker versus Michael Chandler, that's a main event right there. We might have to wait a few months to actually get it done, but that's a main event prospect match right there. And you just throw it away in the first fight. Me personally, I just don't I don't like that concept. Justin Gaethje, when he first came in, he went against Michael Johnson. He almost got knocked out. The Justin Gaethje we saw grow in the UFC. It could have been over with in one night.
It's true.
You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying about this Chandler Hooker fight. I want to see it. It's going to be good. It's going to be bloody. It's going to be look here. Bruised, battered, and torn. That's what's going to happen on this night, but it's going to be good.
Do you think, because you know how back in the day there was always the rumor when a guy would jump ship from WCW, right? Or they were a WCW guy. Obviously, I don't think this is applicable to you, but you may have felt this, right? When you go into the locker room, everyone's kind of against you a little bit, right? Oh, that's a WCW guy. Maybe even the company looks at you like a WCW guy, and they don't want to give you all the opportunities right out the gate, right? Do you think that it's the same in the UFC? if you were a Bellator guy and you come into the locker room, or you were a ONE FC guy, or you were a World Series of Fighting guy, or what have you, and you come in, do you think Dana looks at you with that brand on it and he thinks, you know what, we're going to see how good you really are? Because I think throwing Ben Askren and Robbie Lawler is crazy. Throwing Hooker to Michael Chandler is crazy for your first fight. Do you think that that's some of his mentality, or am I off base?
You know, I wouldn't necessarily say you're off base. It could be a mixture of, a few things. But me personally, I think it's more so to keep control of what's going on. As far as, we really don't need, the fighters. The fighters need us more than we need them. So we're gonna always be able to find guys to, come in and fight. So for us, not to gain, in the long run off this guy, we're not going to lose anything off of it either. I think I think that's the mentality more so than anything. And I think it's a recipe for disaster over the long haul when we're talking about, there again, the promotion, creating stars, having the fans, really get behind, a mega fight, get behind a mega trilogy, So I'm thinking from a promoter standpoint when I see a Chandler versus Hooker, and that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Now, in the main event, we got okay. Before we even get to the main event, Hooker, Chandler, who you got?
Hooker just looked so good in that last fight. And he went up against a guy like Dustin Poirier, who went toe-to-toe with Khabib, who went toe-to-toe with Conor McGregor. He's going to go do that again. I'm gonna go Hooker. I think Dan Hooker's got that fight. Who you got?
Hooker's gonna Chandler, he's too small. His arms are too short. Hooker is too dynamic. He's too explosive. And this fight is going to be, a guy being outclassed. And Michael Chandler, he's just going to get outclassed. It's a fight that should have never been made. That's just my opinion. I see somebody in the chat say Chandler. A couple of guys say Chandler, but these guys don't know what the hell they talking about. But no, man, I'm looking forward to it. The main event, Poirier versus McGregor.
Conor McGregor.
January 23rd, guys. So do not miss. I coming from Abu Dhabi Fight Island, and man, I wish I was going to be there. I think they said they're going to have limited fans.
They're trying. They're trying.
In the arena, so that should be pretty cool. So we'll see how that work out. I'm sure over there.
Who do you got in that one?
Everybody getting the vaccine in Abu Dhabi. Everybody get it. In this fight right here, Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor. This is a rematch. It's a rematch right here. I said the first fight, the referee, I don't know if it was Herb Dean. It could have been Herb Dean, the referee in that first fight, but he definitely was didn't do his job. He didn't have the wherewithal and understanding and know-how. I must say that if you go back and look at that fight. Now, not saying that Conor McGregor wasn't a better man in that fight that night, but I just don't think we had fully got the full picture as far as how that fight could have played out if the referee would have had the wherewithal, understanding, know-how, and done his job. Dustin Poirier got hit behind the head, and he got hit pretty hard. And Conor McGregor, being a fighter, doing his job, he finished.
It was Herb Dean, by the way.
Exactly. Conor McGregor, he did his job. He finished Dustin Poirier, and he got the victory. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I think that's a good friend of mine, Mr. P. But I just think Dustin Poirier is a different guy now. I think Dustin Poirier is a guy that's matured. Now he's found himself in the right division. Conor Conor McGregor's coming back, talking about he's in the best shape of his life, talking about his ground game is better now than it's ever been. Every time I hear a guy talk like that, he go out there and he get his ass whooped. So I'm looking for Dustin Poirier to get some redemption in this fight, and it's going to be definitive. I think he's going to stop Conor McGregor, and it's going to be beautiful. Hey guys, that's about it. We got to get up out of here right now. Hey guys, Stone Cold Steve Austin going to be coming up, but right now we got to get up out of here. Shoop!